My name is Vice. Yes, I'm a DJ, but you're watching Magic Rabbit Productions. So go ahead and watch. Hey, it's another Q&A with DJ Beatstreet, and today I have the world famous international DJ Vice. Yes.
Vice, what's going on?
What up, man?
Chilling.
I'm going to just jump in and say we have the same last name. We're not going to go government and go there, but it's the same last name.
So, if you know us personally,
yes.
You'll know it. You'll know it. But let me cut you off. I'm going to let you finish. I wanted to let you know that this is actually pretty weird, cool, at the same time for me.
Right.
I want to say, maybe about a year and a half ago, I was watching an EDC documentary.
Okay.
And there was a guy on there named Vice.
Right.
Who kind of spoke about getting into production and doing festivals. And, I was watching that pay-per-view in my living room. And now, 2 years later, here with you. So
yeah,
I want you to know it's an honor right now for
Thank
me
you.
to sit here with you. But, for those that don't know you, who didn't see the documentary or just not familiar with you now, 20 years in the DJ game, who is DJ Vice?
Well, I am born and raised in Los Angeles. I have been DJing since I was 12 years old, so really it's everything and anything that I know is music. So from a young age, I grew up DJing. I got on the radio at another young age of like 18. I got on Power 106 in LA, which is like the biggest station in LA. We had like 1.8 million listeners at the time when I jumped on. And from there, I went into Las Vegas and became a Las Vegas resident DJ. I've been in Vegas for almost 8 years as a resident DJ. So before all the hype Vegas big room clubs and all that, I was already there residency. And to this day, I'm still traveling and getting into more festivals and production now.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about the production coming up. Okay, so you do the whole big room thing, you do the Vegas thing, and I seen on your bio talk about that you're this more like multi-genre type DJ, as opposed to like a being single dimensional. What
or single BPM? Yeah. That's all you stay in, just one BPM.
You're bad.
Yeah.
But what are the benefits that you see being somebody who's able to move through different genres as opposed to being a single BPM type DJ?
Well, for me, I'm just like everybody else. I like music. I like all types of music. I like slow shit. I like fast shit. I like medium tempo. It just depends on what my mood is as a DJ and as a person whenever you're going through on your personal life. So ever since I was young, when I was DJing, I was never, taught any rules on this is how you have to DJ and you only play this, format and blah, blah, blah. It was just, hey, DJ and play a party and make people have a good time and, have fun while you're doing it. So to me, I've always kept that motto of just kind of doing what I want to do and playing what I want to play. So still to this day, I jump genres. I go up and down BPM and I, in a sense, genre bend and kind of go all over the place with what I play. I really just do love, dance music, house, reggae, funk, hip hop, soul, wherever you want to go, I like it. So when people come out to see me, they know they're going to have a good time, so they're going to get a little bit of everything.
Definitely. My question to you is, would you consider that being open format, or are you just in every...
Yeah, no, it's funny how everyone, that open format tag got stuck on anyone that plays, all types of music. But I've always just said we're DJs. At the end of the day, when people started DJing, we just played music and just any kind of piece of vinyl we could get our hands on. We're like, I'm gonna figure out how to mix this or use it to practice with or whatever that is. So I'm gonna dead the open format name for me and for anyone else that wants to jump and just call it like genre bending, because I really feel that we are taking every genre and bending it a different way. So I'm kind of done with the open format. Yeah. That's 2000, right?
2000. Yeah, I see that on Twitter. It's like, open format DJ tonight, which means no one's gonna have fun.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what are you talking about?
Or the mashup DJ.
The mashup DJ.
Yeah.
There you go.
So funny.
And also you doing radio and all this other stuff. You have a song that I've been playing on my mix show. It's been getting tons of support, especially with who's featured on it, Mike Taylor, a Philadelphia local. How did you and Mike meet up to do World Is Our Playground?
Right, so in Los Angeles, I've been working on music for the last probably 3 years. I've just been heavy in the production and kind of locking myself away more and more in the studio and getting back to the roots. Because I used to really work on production before, and touring and traveling took me away from it for a while, and now I'm back in it. But when I really got deep into putting my heart and soul into records, I was trying to find that perfect vocalist, and it's hard. Even though there's so many people to work with in LA, I'm a very picky person, and as probably you are, being the genre bending DJs we are in multi formats, we like a little bit of everything, So when I heard a friend of mine play me some Mike Taylor music, I was like, oh shit, this guy has soul, some 80s flair to it, just some newness, a fresh sound. And I linked up with him. He's like, yo, I'm from Philadelphia, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And he had already written this record, and from there took it, completely redid the track, and went from there. And I was like, yo, this record's amazing. And the hook, as you know, it definitely shouts Philadelphia first and foremost. And I couldn't take that away from him. And we both agreed, even though I'm from Los Angeles, as much as I wanted to say Los Angeles, you know, I was like, you know what, I can't do that. And he's like, you know what, let's keep it Philadelphia, you know? There's a lot of history in Philly when you want to talk about music, so it holds its weight when you say Philadelphia.
Awesome. And, you know, the title is World is Our Playground,
right.
And you are a traveler.
Yes.
You are a world, I mean, you even have a luggage book bag after you. I mean,
right.
So this song, has there been any specific experience, or is it just a culmination of your travels and you're just like, yo, let me just talk about
right, I think me and Mike were on the same page in two different ways. Like Mike Taylor has never really traveled the way I've traveled. He hasn't gone out of the country, and for me, I've been, you know, kind of all around the world, but there's still so many places I haven't been to. So Mike's like, yo, man, I just really want to travel. And for me, I'm like, I want to extend my travel and keep going even further. Mm-hmm. So his story is all about, you know, going to new parts of the world, and so is mine. So it kind of came together like that, and we had the same vision as you know, let's put out some good music that can take us to places that we've never been before. So to this day, you know, we performed the record all over the place and throughout the country, back and forth from east to west and Midwest, and we just did a show in Hawaii together. You know, from here, we're hoping that this music will take us even further.
No, definitely. Like you said, there's some places that you may or may not have been. Is there any places that you haven't been to?
Dude, right now, Brazil. I need to go to Brazil. Have you?
No, I haven't been to Brazil.
Brazil. If anyone's watched this, Brazil, we're ready. Let's go. Bring it.
And
World is Our Playground.
And there we go. You know, World is Our Playground is an original production piece.
Yes.
And I know you came up in the game, I guess, a little bit before production. You're also doing remixes.
Yeah.
Now being an artist, and you might have heard stories about artists kind of contacting other people for remixes, or even an unsanctioned remix, and say, hey, this is dope, but you're ruining the integrity of my song.
Yeah.
Being an artist now, like, are you fearful now of the remix?
Well, yeah. I definitely see that, and it's a good point, because it's the first time it's come around, and to this day I haven't even given out the acapella, because I've just been kind of focusing on just the original song and getting it out there. But you know, at the end of the day, like, I'm going to release the acapella and let everyone have a free-for-all for it, because that's what I wanted the whole time. I was that guy trying to get these acapellas, you know, which I still am, trying to search acapellas and stems to songs to remix. So I'm not fearful of it, because I know there's so much talent now with, you know, Ableton and kids learning YouTube overnight. But I mean, it's crazy, because some of the talent does come a lot quicker now, and I'm open to that, and I'm open to, you know, new sounds. So definitely I'm ready for some remixes.
Mm-hmm. But definitely after the original is nice and stable, and it's
stuck
a monster.
In their head.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Also, besides the remixes and stuff, another thing for you being on the artist side, but being on DJ side first, you worked at a station. You might have had record labels, you know, working the record, you know, working their records to you, and you might have had a rapper, and then you might have just shrugged the guy off, and now you're that guy coming up and saying like, hey, play my record, please.
Yeah.
How's that now feeling, being like, oh, man, I hope they don't shrug me off like I might have shrugged an artist back in the past.
I hope I didn't shrug too many artists off. Like, growing up in radio and being around a lot of artists, I got like the opportunities to have, like, I remember Kanye West first came in one of our mixer meetings and sat there and was like, I'm a rapper, you know, I produce a lot of beats for JJ, you know, that's cool, but you got to hear my rhymes and that, and you know what, we accepted him as big as his ego was to that day. Still, we accepted him. We're like, yo, this guy's, you know, he believes in his art, and sat in the studio with him and different people like that. I'm trying to think of maybe someone that I did shrug off. I remember when Nelly was first coming out at our radio station, we did make him wait a couple hours in the lobby, but I mean, that happens. We didn't shrug him off too bad. It wasn't just me, it was the whole group of mixers. But, you know, I really do respect the DJs and appreciate the art. So it's cool as a DJ going to another DJ and giving him a song and understanding that I know where they know where I'm coming from and I know where they're coming from as a DJ. I'm never like, you gotta play my record, play it, it'll work. I always, keep my song on me on a USB drive, and if I'm in a club and just a DJ, I don't even know him, I'll just walk up and be like, yo, here's my song, any support, thank you. Like, that's all, and that's all we need from someone. Like, okay, cool, at the end of the day, if someone's gonna play a record, it's because it's good or it's bad. Like, if they're not gonna play it, it's bad. Like, we're the best judges out of anyone. We're the critics, so
exactly.
But I'm not going to play a record that I don't like, so, and I don't expect any other DJ to do that too.
Also, with your original production, I mean, World is Our Playground is out there and it's going to be building and growing. But is there anything more behind it? Is there going to be a Vice, EP, LP,
definitely,
something?
Definitely. I'm still continually working on remixes, like you said earlier. For the first 2 years of my production, I really focused on remixes just because I felt it would be a great way to get my sound out there and get DJs accustomed to playing, a Vice remix or a Vice record. So I still have remixes coming. I just finished right before I left on the road. I finished a Mayor Hawthorne remix with Kendrick Lamar, which is pretty cool. It's called Crime, and I did a remix for Fitz and the Tantrums. Okay. So I'm kind of once again all over the place with styles of music, and the tempos I think I finished at like 100, and the other one's at 128. So I mean, once again, I'm jumping genres and bending it around. But for myself, I want to just continually put out good music, and on top of that, I want to kind of not make sense with what I put out. I don't want everything to be like, oh, that's 128, 128, 128, 100, 128, 100. So I want to keep, random BPMs, and then, hopefully from there it'll become an album.
No, definitely, because I feel like if it's not the same thing coming from Vice, people are going to always be interested to see what you're putting out.
Yeah.
If it's a 128 banger all the time, it's just like, what synth did he use this time? Like, that would depend whether or not I'm going to play it.
Exactly. Oh, didn't I hear that synth in this song? And that's the same plugin they use here, and same old thing. Nah.
Do you feel like production is, I guess, more mandatory to survive in a DJ game?
It definitely is.
In this day and age.
Yeah, you gotta. I'm always a fan of staying with the times and understanding where the scene is going, and hence why I've been here over 20 years and still DJing and relevant in this DJ game, is that it is a lot of people are going out now to see the producer playing their song, not the DJ playing everyone else's music. They definitely want to hear that song that they connect with, and they're like, that's the guy, like, it's just that's kind of where the scene is right now. But on top of that, it only keeps us DJs on our toes and pushes us to keep elevating our game. Once we get comfortable, I feel like that's the worst thing that can happen for some of us. When we're comfortable, we're like, oh, we're good, like, I got 3 gigs this week, 4 gigs, 5 gigs, whatever it may be, like, and you're just sitting back not doing anything to elevate your game and push yourself, then where are you going there?
Idle is the what, Devil's Playground?
Yeah,
Is that what they
say?
You go. So you mentioned about staying relevant.
Yeah.
And being 20 years plus in the game, I'm about 11 years in the game. I kind of got at the tail end of the vinyl age.
But you got the vinyl age.
I got the vinyl age.
Cool.
I did a good like 3 years, 4 years with the vinyl. What are your perspectives now on the DJ game with the technology and just how everything's changed?
Man, I'm a fan of it because I embrace technology. I as much as when Serato first came out, I was fighting it. I was like, no way, I don't want this. Like, fuck that. We got to keep our vinyl. We got to keep it real. And then I switched over and I was like, fuck that. I don't care about carrying my records anymore. I still have my whole vinyl collection in my house. Like, I have every piece except for a lot of the crap records. Got rid of some of those. I won't say names. But I'm definitely a fan of it. I switched over to CDJs about 3 years ago. I'm still on Serato. I run it in HID mode. If you don't know that, Google it and figure out how I run my setup. But I'm on HID mode with Serato, and I'm still open to new technology. And with Ableton and with things getting easier and easier to make records, like it makes our life easier as well. But at the same time, the devil's advocate is not knowing the roots to kind of where some things came from. So like you said, catching the tail end of the vinyl game, just kind of maybe at least going back and knowing where a lot of the history is, maybe knowing some of the classic synths that people used on different records, and finding out what a mini Moog is, or what just kind of knowing like where everything came from. I'm just still a fan of that,
Or
know the history,
or even learn how to beat match.
Yeah, there you go. Or learn how to beat match. Damn, that's right. I didn't even think. Or learn how to beat match without a sync button.
Without a sync button,
or
doing a 125 BPM record to a 128. Just learn how to move the pitch around.
Right.
But besides whenever you're not traveling the world and in Vegas and doing other stuff, where can people catch you at?
So I'm still resident Las Vegas. I do Saturday nights at Tao twice a month. I do Marquee Mondays once a month. I have an Encore Beach residency for the summer in Vegas, so pool season I'll be out there once a month as well. I'm in where we're at right now, Atlantic City. I'm at Borgata about monthly. Every other month I'm out here at Murmur. Live Miami, Chicago, Studio Paris. These are all residencies. And then kind of everywhere in between. But my goal for 2014 is to really go beyond that and take it international and play a lot of these places that I haven't been before, and just kind of reach new people and kind of break boundaries that instead of the same circle I've been doing it for a while. Want to push it further.
Definitely. And what's your Twitter and Instagram for people to follow you at?
At DJ Vice is the Twitter, is the Instagram, youtube.com/DJVice1200, facebook.com/DJ Vice. My social security number is 56. No, I'm not going to go there, but no, I'm pretty accessible. I try and always reply to all my tweets, hit everybody back on Facebook. I'm very active social media wise, so hit me.
It's awesome. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Vice.
Peace. That one gets chopped.
Yeah. It'll be like, cool?
It'll do the video with a stutter like,
Yeah.